Deepa Lakshmi here. So I'm here from Chennai and I've been associated with Geetu for the last almost 4 to 5 years. Thanks to Hitesh for that. And I experience and enjoy each and every small step of journey with her. She's been an extremely encouraging factor in my life. Today, at this moment, I am just exploring and enhancing myself. Now, today's topic being my shamanic animal, my spirit animal, which is squirrel. How squirrel got associated to me is a story that comes from my past. So when I was a child, I was born and bred in Abu Dhabi. So I used to come down to Kerala, Palakkad. I hope you've heard of this place for holidays. And we had this, the tiled houses. Are you all aware of it? We had the tiled houses where you have the sticks in between. And these squirrels used to build their nest there to deliver their small babies. I used to wonder and get in awe of how they go about it. The small twigs they carry, the wires they carry, everything they put it in, and they have this child born in that small nest. It so happened once the child had fallen from the roof, it was down. I hadn't noticed. I am this chirpy, jumpy person even today, as I was earlier, and I kept jumping inside and I stamped on a small squirrel. And I so guilty, believe me. But ever since, I just noticed that squirrel has been coming into my life on and on. They keep, showing up. To an extent, I had my paternal uncle who had squirrel as pet. Okay, so he used to feed, and if one of the squirrel family members had died, he used to create a samadhi for it. To that extent, okay. And then I was wondering why the squirrel, but I always got frightened when it clung on to me on my body. So I wasn't very comfortable knowing what it meant to me. Of late, when I got introduced to the shamanic system, the spirit animal system, I realized I have throughout my life held myself with resentment and accepting things can't change. ऐसे रह देते. So I refused to accept change. And I accepted, if at all I accepted change, it was with so much of resistance that it manifested in my body, some way or the other. So I had psoriasis, I had many other ailments as well. That's when I came on to squirrel, and this was explained to me. So squirrel is primarily a nurturing animal. It is very adaptable. So as I told you, I did adapt to situations, but it was with resistance. It is a very patient animal, and it's a tenacious, resourceful, and persistent. As in, it never puts itself back, telling that nahi, mujhse nahi hoga. That never happens with a squirrel. So here, I personally had this resentment, had this, blocks of not being able to move forward. Now, after I've come across this, I just realized I have to put my, pull down my shutters and be more playful. As I am in my inner child, I have to be outward as well. The squirrel animal is associated with playfulness, as I am playful, and lightheartedness. They tend to be fun loving and very carefree. They are full of energy and they also know how to forgive and forget. Have you ever seen squirrels get, fighting with each other? You've seen them more playful with each other, playing with each other, isn't it? And they jump from ground to the tree top and then back. Even in the fragile branch, they manage to jump around, right? I am stuck here. I'm sorry about it. Yep. So, what it means to you of a squirrel being an animal spirit guide. So, if a squirrel shows up for any of you, it means you have to be ready for the forthcoming changes, clearing out all the old blocks in terms of mental blocks, in terms of material blocks, jo bhi hai, clear it out, give away whatever material possessions is stopping you from that growth, that no longer serve you anymore. And the best way to deal with the challenging situation is go heads on. आने दो. जो आता है होने दो. Replace it. That should be the attitude. See, but you have to be honest with your feelings. If you do have fear, just you can reframe your fear and move forward. You need to prepare. Have you seen squirrels gathering food? Do they do that on summers? No, they don't. They usually do it before the winter, correct? So you need to be preparing for the future. So you need to have plan B always, okay? So future by gathering, storing extra food, water, clothing, candles, and money, if possible, for later use. Although you are actively pursuing your goals, you need not be serious about it. You can still do it in a more playful and fun-loving, socializing way. And have you heard of this Kuruska theme line? How it came up? I used to be all in that story, Bachpan mein my grandma used to say. So there's Ramji, he appreciated and thanked the squirrel by moving his three fingers over his body, and hence those three lines on his body for helping Ram to place the stones to cross over to Sri Lanka. And when I told that for the forthcoming future generation, and they were like, Ate, you're telling lies. Why you're telling lies? So I went back to the Twinkle book, Samachitra Kathas, and I showed them, no, this is the story. This is what we've been told, and I've loved it. I believed it. If you want to believe kar lo. Nevertheless, I also mentioned that they're the most fun-loving, playful creatures, so you don't have to get frightened about them. I explored a little more to understand what it meant in Bible. And it says, you have to hate what's evil and love what's good for you. Okay. So quickly, just to summarize what I had to say earlier, I'm just summarizing. So here, squirrel represents renewal with adaptability. And I think there is always a setback that we will be faced with challenges, but then we need to adapt with vigor and energy. We need to be adaptable. We need to be ready to change. And we need to have the spirit, a positive spirit and playfulness while changing, not the serious, oh my God, that should not be there. And squirrels always have a foresight. Similarly, we need to have a foresight, have a plan B, and be resourceful. Have you noticed? As I mentioned earlier, the squirrels run from earth to sky. So they know how to connect with them. They know how to move around them. They know how to modify and adapt as well. With all this, during the winter, with gratitude, they still play. They're still playful with all the resources they have stored in them. So let's also explore to be this, to have this fun-loving, innocent squirrel energy into us. Let's explore the future as well. All the best to you all. Thank you. Any questions here?
I just wanted to mention that I have a garden around my house, quite a lot of place, and there are huge trees. So till a few days, we had a lot of squirrels coming over, and we used to feed them, some nuts or some kacha chawal or something like that. But off late, they have stopped coming. From, you can say, 15, 20 days, they've just stopped coming. So one thing I've noticed is there's a cat moving around, which is eating up the squirrels. So I don't know if that means something, or am I supposed to look out for something, or what does that mean? If you could help me with that.
Geeta, would you mind helping me through with this?
Yes. Neeta, one of the things that, we tend to ignore is the cycle of the birds and the animals. The cats are supposed to eat the rodents. And squirrels, however cute they look, at the end of the day, they are rodents. And see, and one more thing, the animals sense the other animals through their internally made, they have something internally in them. They know that this is a rodent. And therefore, just as they would attack the rats, the mouse, they would also attack the squirrels. And as true shamanic practitioners and shamans, we are supposed to honor their cycles. We can't say, don't eat the squirrels, don't eat the mouse, don't eat the rat, eat this food that we have created for you. Let's understand something that, when we give them this artificially made food, that's when the cats and the dogs also get our diseases, the human diseases of the liver, of the kidney, and in extreme cases, cancer. So, as humans, we need to honor their instincts and their power. Like they say, na, choti machli is always eaten by the bigger machli. We have that saying, it's not wrong. That's with the animal kingdom. Thank you.
Thank you.
I presume Nita is missing the squirrels around.
Yes, true.
Yeah, we are so judgmental as humans. Oh, they're eating, they're doing this, oh, they're doing that. अरे उनका काम ही है यही करना.
But I feel somewhere I'm missing their presence, their joyfulness, the way they used to play, and that would be a nice thing for me to watch. So again, selfish. Thank
You know
Thank you.
what? You can talk to the spirit animal of the squirrel and tell them that there is a safe space in your garden and ask them to find that safe space. Yes, we can do that. And they will find a safe space where the cats are also there and the squirrels are also there.
Minus the AC vent for your kind information, everybody.
Any more questions? Thank you, Deepa, for an insightful presentation on the squirrel. Thank you, Neeta, for asking this question. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Thank you.